Good morning! We have a tiny candle that I'm trying to fit into the frame. There you go. Candle is coming in from the other side this time. Anyway, this is going to be the week ahead reading. It has been quite a weekend for me. That is way more calm now, but my dad is at the hospital at the moment, which just that situation was a stress point in itself, because it brought back a lot of memories and fears from when my mom passed away. I do want to point out that he is fine. They are taking care of him, making sure that everything is going to be well again. So he probably will be back home tomorrow again. But nonetheless, it was unexpected happening on the 11th. So this, again, that day was filled with a lot of delays, or a lot of, what do you call that, like just things being moved around a lot in itself that day. So when that happened with my dad, there was a lot of things that clicked for me. Just in general, I feel this weekend has been a weekend of realizing a lot of things, also when it comes to fears and anxieties. So I feel with delays and with, again, also like the wildfires and stuff like that, seeing what my friends from LA are going through, because a lot of them lost houses, and I know that some of you guys who are watching, you might also have lost houses. It's just there's a lot of things happening. So when people talk about January being a month of rebirth, yeah, in many different ways, I feel that is very, very true. And that is the reason why I want to talk about the energy of the weekend as well, leading up to the energy of the week ahead. Because I feel whatever happened in the weekend has put some kind of spotlight on what needs to change in your life, what you want to change, where you want to put your focus. But you might also have realized where the wrong focus was, in a way, if that makes sense. Or you might have been aware of bad habits or things that are holding you back in a way, that I do feel you are going to get control over throughout the week ahead. Because when I took a card for the weekend, what we have learned, or just a sign, the card that did come up was the Chariot reversed. I did ask and clarified if the Chariot reversed was supposed to be reversed, and the 8 of Wands reversed came up. So I think that's pretty significant. For things might have been delayed, or the word, there is a word in my mind, but I felt like it sounded wrong. Stalked? Is that something you can say? Like something was like stopped, or a pause for reflection, I heard. So something might have been stopped for you to realize something, which in my case, yes, I have realized a lot of things this weekend. And one of the things that I also did in the weekend was to openly speak about my anxiety and fears, and got a lot of guidance and help and support when it comes to that. So if that's something for you, where you might figure out or find out that maybe something that you want to do, or a dream, or whatever it is, if it's in relationships or if it's in career or with yourself, health, whatever it is, you might realize what is stopping you in a way. You might not have seen that before, but you might, some of you guys might, you know, have a good idea, might have had a good idea of what this is a while now, but you might in the weekend have spoken about it, or it might be something you speak about today or in this upcoming week. But I mean, obviously there could be some delays that was put on your path, or something that was stopped in a way, but it does serve a bigger purpose. When it comes to the channel through messages for the week ahead, I didn't take cards. I actually just sat down, and it's a long time since I did this, but I sat down tapped into the energy and wrote down some things for the upcoming week. So we're going to speak about that as well. But I do feel, because it's also something that came through with the channel through messages for the upcoming week, you still need patience and you still need confidence in something, and this is because you need to believe that everything is going to turn out perfectly. But I feel a lot of us are overcoming something that has stopped us, or realizing something that could, maybe some of you guys have been holding on to a relationship, or you've been holding on to some kind of addiction or bad habits, thought pattern, an item, whatever it is, but maybe realizing totally forgot where I wanted to go with this, but maybe realizing with that it wasn't going anywhere. Like the fear, you couldn't use the fear, like why do I hold on to this fear, or why do I hold on to this relationship, or why do I hold on to this old habit, you know? So you need to be, what do you call that? And I actually see the hematite. Isn't that, no, is it hematite, right? This is for addictions. It helps for addictions. But yeah, I'm sidetracking. You need to be patient with yourself, because you're still going through this realization, or this like healing process in a way. Realization, but there is this like calm, there's this like, yeah, yeah. I'm letting go of control, because that's also one thing I came to. I'm fully letting go of control over situation, or over life in general, like the fires, right? I mean, can't really do anything, right? If something is burning wild, if it's like physically or mentally or whatever, we just have to let it, like, just let it be. Let it, let the thought or the wildfire be. Control your mind, and by that you control the surroundings. So I wonder what you guys have experienced. I feel like I haven't been on here for a long time, but I think it's because that I have had so many impressions. It's like so many things has happened, and there has been a lot of adrenaline, a lot of fear, a lot of like, I had a moment where I thought the worst, you know, like I really was at a moment where I was like, this is it. This is going to change everything, you know. And I realized today, actually, me having this like, this is it, this is going to change everything, that is exactly the thought that I need, because whatever is happening now with me stepping out of my comfort zone and my fears is actually, this is it, this is going to change everything. So in the moment where I had the thought or the feeling, like, you know, it was mixed with fear, so I didn't really understand the complexity. Wow, the words today. I didn't understand the meaning of it, right? But I realized for myself that I have stopped myself a lot when it comes to moving into better. Yeah. And I think we do that. Like, we are our own worst enemy. We're keeping ourselves away from what we love, what we like, with silly excuses. I mean, it's been a very enlightenful weekend for me, with ups and downs, but most of all, healing. And I will say with certainty that all of us has experienced something where we had a moment of fear, or a moment of worry, a panic, right? But then after realizing, like, is this a pattern of mine? Do I purposely sabotage this? I don't know, that just flew in. Well, maybe that resonates with someone. Or do I always bring fear up front instead of controlling what is happening, or letting, you know, letting something, like, again, you got this, you're protected, you know that you're protected, you know that. Also, one thing I also realized with this is that I sometimes, in those moments, I have a hard time allowing my emotions to come out. And I spoke with someone who called me to check up on my dad, And when I had to explain to him like how my dad was, I could actually feel like I got emotional, but I kept it down. I was like, now I'm gonna control my emotions. And it was actually after I was like, why did I actually feel like I needed to control my emotions? Because it was a emotional moment, right? Like I'm allowed to feel. So I think that is something I need to sit with myself with the next week ahead also, because I realized that it's a pattern that I keep the emotions down sometimes in moments where it's actually okay to feel. Also because this person also told me, Sandra, it's okay. It's actually okay to feel, because you know I have this like, I try to find reasons behind like why it happened. Like now I understand the reason why this didn't happen, or I try to be very logically instead of actually just feeling whatever the hell I'm feeling. So it's nice to have such blessed people in my life who actually support me in a way like that, and I'm starting to really see that with this person. Anyway, with that actually, because that's also something I wrote down, is that relationships or connections will be very important the next week ahead. And I saw 4-4, which I also saw 4-4 here, and I saw it earlier, so pay attention to 4-4-4. It might really be a significant guider for you. But I think we should just go through the challenge through messages, step by step, and talk about it, because the energy of the week ahead feels like a time of enlightenment and clarity. Like I feel really up till the 11th there has been a period of time where I feel the universe has tried to make us aware of something that leads to the turning point. If it was on the 11th or if it's today on the 12th. But I do feel the weeks leading up to the 11th and the 12th there has been a lot of significant things. Like I also had the vomiting situation thing, right? Yeah, so pay attention to how your body has reacted. If you have had something with headaches or pain somewhere or whatever, something, because there is a bigger reason with it. But also with that, obviously, again, feel through why something is happening. Don't just be analytical when it comes to what's happening. Feel. It's okay to feel. If it's anger, if it's this feeling of feeling lost or feeling sad or angry or whatever. Well, I said that 2 times, didn't I? Feel it. Or if you feel like you know, this anger or whatever it is can actually be towards yourself, you know. It doesn't have to be towards anyone else. But maybe some of you guys blamed someone else, but realized like, oh, maybe I'm actually the one to blame in the situation. But besides this energy of enlightenment and clarity, there is this feeling of patience and trust that you also need for this week ahead. I wonder if this is really hematite. Is what you call a hematite? It does help with addictions, whatever it is. If you want to stop smoking, this, carry this with you. Might be the week, the week? Might be a crystal of the week. It is as if like the pieces of a puzzle is starting to, you know, come together in a way, but at the same time they might not yet make sense. So you need to really wiggle wiggle the missing pieces into the missing puzzle. Well, maybe some of you guys are like, well, I don't even have the puzzle yet. The moment you have the piece, the puzzle will appear. But what else did I write down? Oh yeah, there might be this feeling, like a mixed feeling of, the candle totally reacted on that, a mixed feeling of excitement but also uncertainty. Like you can feel like you're on the edge of a new chapter, a new beginning, which actually just made me realize why we had the Fool power up so much the past week, right? Which was that something about stepping into the unknown, right? I think you have awakened to that. You have awakened to the unknown. There's a lot of things that's going to change for you now. Yeah. Might require some of you guys still to be strong. Because you feel like you need to leave something, or you have lost something, or you need to let go of something. But you have to realize that it's being replaced with something much better. Something that's actually in alignment with you. Because some of you guys have struggled so much with whatever it is. Also if it's relationships or work, I mean, if it's with yourself, whatever it is. If it's where you're living or health, whatever. There has been a lot of struggle surrounding whatever this is. But you're being moved into something that's better. 21 with that. And I also feel with that there is this like opportunity to release control and simply just follow the natural rhythm of things, letting things unfold naturally. I think as humans sometimes we have a problem with that. It's not easy for us. Let things unfold naturally. They said. And that is exactly what we are doing this week ahead. I think you need to trust that whatever is meant for you is already unfolding. It's like the puzzle piece, right? Even if you find it, everything is coming together, but you might not fully understand how. But that is the magic of it, I heard. That is actually the magic of it. So I also wrote down, like I spoke about earlier, with relationships and connections that are going to play a very significant role this week ahead. So there could be a very meaningful or important conversation. Midweek, I feel it might be around midweek. Whatever this is, it will give you either clarity or it will be of some kind of help to you. Maybe it's something that's going to help you understand why the Chariot and the Eight of Wands is reversed. So with that, I will put those two back. Huh? Clarity and truth and movement forward. Yes, there you go. But yeah, if the other cards wants to come out, they can come out. We also have the Three of Wands. So I spoke about this in the last reading, I think, with what desires you. Or what you desire, desires you. But I also think some of you guys need to realize that there might be something that's stopping you from moving towards whatever this is, in a way. If it's fear of failing or fear of whatever. What is it? Fear of rejection. I mean, whatever else we have. You are the Magician. You are manifesting something. I am not going to take many cards because I think what we already spoke about is actually what needed to be spoken about. Seven of Cups. So again, daydream, right? Daydream. What do we need to know besides? Well, it really wants to come true. There could also be something here with options, like you actually have more options than you think in a situation. So look closer at what that is. And we have the Six of Pentacles, so give and receive, receive and give. Might be gifts for you. Maybe you're the one giving someone something. There is more options than you think in a situation. There's more opportunities, so there's new ways being formed and shaped, but you need to put those into, you know, like, dream bigger, for F's sake. Dream bigger, dream bigger, better. Two of Pentacles, yeah. What are you thinking about? It's like weighing options about something. Something is still hidden. Which makes sense why we need patience. You need to listen to intuition, by the way. Listen. Also, there might be something about making decisions. There might be something that was unfair. But there will be fairness in the situation. If that is resonating for some of you. But weigh the options. A lot of things are coming your way this week ahead. Yeah, for some of you guys there might even be something with moving or something with job. but there is way more options for you. So you need to really, yeah. Or solutions, there's other solutions here. Easier solutions. So you guys might have been giving up on something, but there's something you still need to, like did you consider? Did you consider this? Maybe someone will tell you that, or ask you that. Did you consider this? And in the heat of the moment, you might be like, no, no, no. You might be like, that's never going to happen, or that, no, I don't want that. Ugh, that means that I need to step out of my comfort zone. But maybe it's exactly the thing that you need to do to move you forward to your destination. The solution or the option that makes you most fearful at the moment is probably the solution or option that's actually making you step out of the comfort zone, or your comfort zone, and it's probably the thing that needs to happen. What is that? The universe needs to be a little tough with us so that we are moving ahead, right? This is rebirth, people. Rebirth is not just the universe taking us by the hand and walking with us the whole entire way. No. It's pushing us in the right direction, and then we have to take the steps because we can. Yeah, that's the week ahead reading. I think it's some time ago that we had like a longer one of these, so welcome back. Longer readings. With that, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.